Back here in our Dunk for Diabetes coverage at Walsh University Alumni Arena, getting us set for Game 2 of the 4 games we're bringing to you here on Sports Time Ohio. Welcome back. Here are one of the big ones. Huntington Prep, one of the top teams in the country, taking on Benedictine from Cleveland. Along with Pat Vianchek, I'm Al Pulowski. Again, thanks for joining us here today on Sports Time Ohio. And boy, Pat, these two teams, a lot of individual talent on both. But Huntington Prep, about their entire roster, is going to be playing on a Division I college program at some point once they all graduate.
They have some PT peers, especially this Andrew Wiggins. Fans, again, if you're in the area, stop by and come and see this kid play, because he is a treat to watch.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins last night, 30 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 2 assists against Mentor. And Mentor gave Huntington Prep quite a fight last night, but this kid is just so good. And you talk about kids that can do it all. He really can. He can shoot, he can drive, he can post up, and he's the top-ranked senior in the country.
What I love about him, Al, is that he plays an old-school game. What I mean by that is he lets the game come to him. He doesn't force shots. He'll score going to the basket, or he'll grab an offensive rebound. He didn't even attempt a three until late in the fourth quarter yesterday, and when he started shooting threes, he made both of them. And then he makes his free throws. I mean, it's a nightmare for a coach, and for Benedictine, they're going to have their hands full big time tonight.
Well, not only Wiggins, they've got a number of players, including Monte Gil Caesar on Huntington Prep, who's another guy that you've got to watch out for, and that's really the problem. Everybody in the starting 5 you have to watch out for when you're playing Huntington Prep. But Gil Caesar's one of those guys that, again, has a lot of ability and can do a lot of different things.
He's ranked 17th in the country as a sophomore. That's how athletic he is. This kid's body is chiseled like a Greek god, and I tell you what, he knows how to use it. So the Benedictine kids are going to have their hands full there too, and not to mention the other 6 or 7 guys that they have, as you see Montague walking there right now.
Yeah, he's the 17th best player in the country by Scout.com. And for Benedictine, they've got some players who are now starting to put it together a little bit. In preseason, they were a top 25 team in the Plain Dealer poll in Cleveland. They're 4-9, but they've won 2 of their last 3. And one of those guys, Asher Poole, is a player to watch for, and a player that's finding his stride here. A lot of athletic ability for Poole.
Yeah, Asher is a leader. He does everything. If they want him to score, he'll score. If they want him to defend, he'll defend. He's the type of kid that embodies what Benedictine Bengal and the Benedictines are all about up there in Cleveland, and he really is a leader.
Well, Wesley Parr is also another guy to watch for. He had 25 points on Friday night in the win against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. And there again, a couple of guys that you've got to watch for, and there's some nice role players in this Benedictine team as well. So it's not a simple case of shut one guy down, you shut down the Bengals.
No, I'm going to tell you something. These Benedictine kids will be ready. They will not shrink from the challenge. What they have to do is they have to play good team basketball right out of the gate, have good possessions early so they can feel confident to play with Huntington.
You know, when you've got a team like Huntington Prep as well, and I talked about how each one of these guys, their starting lineup is going Division I in college basketball. What do you do defensively? Because generally there's 1, 2, maybe 3 guys you've got to watch out for. Well, there's 5 and another 4 or 5 coming off the bench. So as a coach, Pat, what do you do to try to keep these guys contained?
You have to have great possessions. You hope that Huntington comes out a little bit slow out of the gate because they played such a physical and intense game last night. Maybe they'll be a little sluggish early, and if you get good possessions, you make those possessions count on offense, you get back on defense. You can't get into a running game with these guys. Get back on defense, identify their one shooter, who's Xavier Raton Mays, and do a great job of staying in the lane on the other guys, especially Wiggins, and keep them off the boards. You got to fight like crazy. 5 guys have to rebound tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see how it all shakes out. Tip-off's coming up in just a few moments. All the action for you right here on Sports Time Ohio as our Dunk for Diabetes coverage continues from Walsh University and Alumni Arena. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the tip-off for Game 2 of our 4-game coverage, Benedictine and Huntington Prep.